Under the relentless sun, a sea of Israelites stretches along the shore of the Red Sea, their faces etched with worry. The vast expanse of water shimmers, a deceptive calm masking the turmoil within the multitude. A distant cloud of dust billows on the horizon, growing larger with each passing moment, a harbinger of impending doom. Fear ripples through the crowd, a palpable wave of despair threatening to engulf them. Voices rise in a chorus of desperation, their words laced with regret and accusation. "Why did you bring us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? It would have been better to serve the Egyptians," they cry, their lament echoing across the barren landscape. Against the backdrop of the Red Sea, Moses raises his staff, a silhouette of unwavering faith against the vast expanse. A powerful wind answers his call, whipping his robes and intensifying the divine moment as the sea begins to churn. The Red Sea dramatically parts, revealing a path of dry land amidst towering walls of shimmering water, an awe-inspiring miracle unfolding. The Israelites, faces etched with determination and wonder, begin their crossing, dwarfed by the majestic and imposing sight of the divided sea. The Red Sea parts, revealing a path of damp sand as the Egyptian army charges forward, their chariots churning the seabed in a reckless pursuit. The last of the Israelites stumbles onto the far shore, collapsing in sheer exhaustion, their eyes wide with disbelief and relief. A divine light bathes Moses as he raises his staff to the heavens, a silent prayer etched on his face, seeking divine intervention. With a resounding roar, the towering walls of water begin to collapse, answering Moses' plea with the sea's furious power. The wave crashes down upon the Egyptian army, an unstoppable force of nature swallowing chariots and soldiers alike in a churning abyss. The screams of the soldiers are abruptly silenced as the sea reclaims its territory, leaving no trace of the once formidable army. Under the relentless sun, the Israelites stagger through the desert of Shur, their bodies weary, their spirits flagging. 3 days lost in the arid expanse. Thirst etches lines of desperation on their faces, hope dwindling with each step. A mirage shimmers in the distance, revealing the promise of water at Marah, a beacon of salvation in the desolate landscape. But the air crackles with disappointment as the first taste turns bitter, the life-giving water revealed as undrinkable. The collective groan of despair rises from the crowd, the weight of their dashed hopes palpable in the heavy air. "What shall we drink?" The desperate plea echoes across the barren wasteland, a chorus of anguish under the unforgiving sky. Under the relentless sun of Marah, Moses raises his hands, a solitary figure against the harsh sky. His voice echoes, a desperate plea to the heavens, carrying across the barren wasteland. His gaze is drawn, by divine guidance, to a simple piece of wood amidst the desolation. With unwavering faith, Moses hurls the wood into the bitter waters of Marah. A miracle unfolds as the water transforms, losing its salt, gaining sweetness. The parched people surge forward, desperate for relief, drinking deeply from the transformed waters. Under a relentless sun, the desert of sin stretches endlessly, a desolate expanse of shimmering heat and despair. Israelites trudge wearily through the burning sands, their faces masks of exhaustion and fading hope. Children's whimpers echo through the desolate landscape, a haunting melody of suffering and loss. The elderly struggle to keep pace, their bodies failing them under the sun's merciless gaze. The air vibrates with the heavy sound of complaints, a chorus of desperation rising from the parched throats. "If only we had died in Egypt, where we had meat and bread." The lament cuts through the air, a bitter cry against their present torment. Under the relentless sun, the desert of sin stretches endlessly, its ground blanketed with a fine white substance. Drawn by curiosity and apprehension, people emerge from their tents, blinking against the harsh glare. Hesitantly, they approach the unfamiliar substance, their fingers reaching out to touch, to taste. A collective murmur rises as they grapple with the mystery of this unexpected bounty. Moses' voice cuts through the air, a pronouncement of divine provision. "This is the manna that the Lord has given you to eat." As the sun dips below the horizon, quail descend upon the Israelite camp, a feathered cloud against the fiery sky. Weary and hungry, the Israelites emerge from their tents, their faces etched with disbelief and burgeoning hope. Grateful hands reach out, gathering the unexpected bounty, a gift from the heavens amidst the desolate landscape. Fires flicker to life, casting dancing shadows as the aroma of roasting quail fills the desert air, a symphony of survival and relief. Yet, in the darkness, some secretly hoard portions of manna, their eyes betraying a fear that defies divine decree. The relentless sun glares down upon the vast desert of sin. Once hoarded manna lies rotting, a revolting feast for worms, a stark testament to human greed. The spoiled food stretches as far as the eye can see, a putrid mockery of divine provision. Among the people, a collective understanding dawns, their faces reflecting the bitter consequences of their lack of faith. Under the relentless sun, a parched landscape stretches towards the horizon, reflecting the desperation mirrored in the faces of the gathered people. A chorus of anguished voices rises, their plea tearing through the stillness. "Give us water to drink." Dust devils swirl around weary feet as the crowd presses forward, their thirst a palpable entity. The accusation hangs heavy in the air, a collective cry of despair and defiance. "Why did you bring us out of Egypt to make us and our children die of thirst?" Eyes burning with resentment and fear search for a glimmer of hope amidst the desolation, their silent plea echoing across the barren land. Under the scorching sun at Horeb, God's command echoes in Moses' ears, a divine burden weighing on his weathered face. Moses raises his staff high, his silhouette a stark contrast against the clear sky, determination hardening his features. With a mighty swing that seems to defy the very heavens, the staff crashes against the unyielding rock. A deafening crack splits the air as the earth trembles, and a torrent of pure, life-giving water explodes forth. The parched Israelites, their faces lit with disbelief and overwhelming relief, surge towards the miraculous flow, their cries of joy echoing across the barren landscape. Under the relentless sun, the parched land of Taberah bears witness to a crowd consumed by exhaustion and despair. Their grievances ascend like a dark cloud, a desperate plea reaching towards the heavens. A sudden divine fire descends, striking the outskirts of the camp with devastating force. Screams pierce the air as flames engulf tents and figures, the horrifying scent of burning flesh permeating the scene. Moses stands tall against the fiery horizon, arms outstretched towards the heavens, a beacon of hope amidst the chaos. His voice echoes through the smoke-filled air as he fervently prays for salvation from the raging inferno. As if in answer to his impassioned plea, the flames begin to surrender, their furious dance slowing to a smolder. The oppressive heat fades, and the destructive fire retreats, leaving behind a desolate, scorched earth. The fire is extinguished, a stark reminder etched in the scorched earth. Complaining displeases the Lord. Under the relentless desert sun, a sea of weary Israelites trudges through the endless sand. Their faces, etched with discontent, reveal a deep yearning for something beyond the monotonous manna. The sun glares down, reflecting off the barren landscape as their hopes seem to sink into the sands. A collective memory stirs, whispering of a time before, a place of vibrant flavors and plentiful bounty. They crave meat again, a voice echoes across the desolate expanse, filled with longing and regret. Longing for the fish, cucumbers, and onions of Egypt. The narration laments, painting a vivid picture of what they have lost. Under the scorching desert sun, a sky darkens with descending quail, carpeting the sands in a fluttering blanket. A frenzy erupts as people swarm, their faces alight with greed as they gorge upon the unexpected bounty. A dark cloud descends, a plague sweeping through the camp, turning joy into a harbinger of doom. Bodies collapse onto the parched earth, victims of their own unrestrained craving, their final moments marked by despair. The air vibrates with lamentations, the desert transformed into Kibroth Hattava, graves of craving, a testament to insatiable desire. Beneath the relentless sun, a camp of tents bakes, their canvas taut and still. Miriam and Aaron stand outside the camp, their figures tense against the backdrop of simple dwellings. Agitation etches lines into their faces as they pace, restless energy radiating from them. The air crackles with unspoken tension, their every movement a silent question. Aaron stops pacing, his voice sharp as it cuts through the still air. Has the Lord spoken only through Moses? He demands, his words hanging heavy with challenge. From the heavens, a swirling cloud descends, an ethereal embrace enveloping the tabernacle. God's presence manifests as a palpable force field, a radiant shimmer surrounding Moses. Suddenly, a piercing cry shatters the divine moment as Miriam clutches her arm, her face contorted in pain. A horrifying transformation begins as her skin pales, the first signs of leprosy erupting like a curse upon her. The once vibrant scene is now marred by the stark reality of divine judgment, a chilling testament to transgression. Under the relentless sun, Moses kneels on the scorching sand, his head bowed in desperate prayer. His hands are clasped tightly, a silent plea against the vast, unforgiving landscape. In the distance, a solitary tent stands starkly apart, holding secrets and whispered hopes. After 7 days of isolation, the tent flap stirs. Miriam emerges, her face radiant with health, a beacon of renewed life against the harsh backdrop. Beneath the scorching sun, 12 figures emerge onto the landscape of Canaan, dust devils dancing around their feet. A palpable sense of dread begins to spread as 10 of the spies gather, their faces betraying harrowing tales of fear. Their eyes reflect the terror they claim to have witnessed, casting long shadows of doubt. The landscape seems to hold its breath, awaiting the unfolding narrative of danger and despair. Under the vast sky, a sprawling camp reveals rows upon rows of tents, a testament to a journey's end. The Israelite camp is rife with sorrow, faces etched with defeat, they weep openly, their bodies heavy with despair. The air vibrates with lamentations, a chorus of anguish echoing across the desolate landscape. A wave of desperation washes over the crowd as they cry out, their voices laced with regret. If only we had died in Egypt. Their resolve crumbling, a desperate plea rises from the depths of their despair. Let's choose a new leader and go back. Under the relentless sun, a sprawling camp reveals itself, stretching endlessly across the parched land. A sea of weary faces, etched with despair, moves through the camp, each telling a story of hardship and loss. Suddenly, God's voice, powerful and resonant, echoes across the desolate landscape, silencing the murmurs of the crowd. Every head turns, every eye focuses towards the unseen source of the divine pronouncement. The weight of God's words hangs heavy in the air. This generation will wander 40 years in the wilderness. A collective gasp sweeps through the camp as God continues. Only Joshua and Caleb will enter the promised land. Under the merciless desert sun, a lone figure bends wearily toward the parched earth, his silhouette stark against the shimmering heat. He gathers meager sticks, his brow furrowed in concentration, a silent battle against the elements etched on his face. Oblivious to the judging eyes that may lurk in the vast expanse, he is consumed by the immediate task of survival. Each stick is a testament to his resilience, a small victory in the face of the desert's unforgiving embrace. The Lord stands, a looming figure against the vast expanse of the camp, his grim face a mask of impending judgment. A sea of faces turns towards the kneeling man, each reflecting a mixture of fear and morbid curiosity. With a sweeping gesture, the Lord commands attention, his silent decree hanging heavy in the air. Tension crackles like static, a storm of uncertainty brewing amongst the assembled crowd. Under the stark daylight, Korah, Dathan, and Abiram stand as a united front, their expressions hardened with resolve. Behind them, a sea of faces 250 leaders strong gathers, their murmurs a low rumble of dissent. A visible wave of discontent ripples through the assembled ranks, their solidarity a palpable force. They stand in stark defiance, a challenge etched on every face, a rebellion brewing under the open sky. The air crackles with tension, the weight of their collective defiance pressing down on the camp. Their unified presence is a bold declaration, a direct challenge to the established authority of Moses and Aaron. The ground begins to tremble violently, a low rumble escalating into a deafening roar beneath the feet of the assembled. A deep fissure tears through the camp, the earth groaning as it splits asunder. The abyss yawns open, swallowing Korah, Dathan, and Abiram into its dark depths, their cries swallowed by the earth. Simultaneously, a blazing fire erupts, a furious inferno consuming the 250 men who dared to offer incense. Flames leap skyward, casting grotesque shadows that dance and writhe in the firelight. Smoke billows, a suffocating cloud painting the heavens with streaks of black and ominous orange, a testament to divine wrath. Under the scorching sun, the camp buzzes with discontent, each voice a ripple in a growing wave of complaint. Suddenly, a chilling stillness descends as the first victims of the plague collapse, their bodies racked by invisible torment. A desperate plea hangs in the air as the healthy recoil from the sick, fear etching lines on every face. Moses and Aaron stand as beacons of hope, their hands raised towards the unforgiving heavens in a silent, desperate prayer. Under the relentless sun, a barren wasteland stretches endlessly, its horizon shimmering with oppressive heat. The people of Israel huddle together, their faces mirroring the desolation of the landscape. Exhaustion and despair etch deep lines upon their weary faces. Their voices rise in unison, a chorus of desperation echoing through the arid expanse. "Why did you bring us to this desert? There is no grain, no figs, no water," the people cry out, their plea hanging heavy in the air. Under the scorching sun, a parched landscape stretches to the horizon. Moses, his face a roadmap of hardship, stands before a colossal rock formation. The weight of leadership and years of trials are etched deeply into his weary eyes. In the stark silence, God's command hangs in the air, a simple act of faith demanded of a burdened man. Water bursts forth from the rock at Meribah, a powerful torrent slicing through the dry, desolate landscape. Moses, etched with weariness and disappointment, gazes upon the miraculous stream. The voice of God echoes in the vast expanse, a pronouncement heavy with consequence. "You will not lead these people into the land I promised them." The weight of the divine decree settles upon him as God's words resonate. "Because when you struck the rock for water at Meribah, you did not trust in my holiness in the sight of the people." Under the merciless sun, a seemingly endless desert stretches into the horizon, its sands shimmering with heat. Weary travelers trudge across the barren landscape, their figures small against the vast expanse. Each step is a struggle, their faces reflecting the harsh reality of their dwindling hope. Frustration boils to the surface as supplies run dry, and the promise of salvation seems a mirage. A chorus of despair rises from the group, their voices cracking under the sun's glare. "There's no food and no water, we hate this miserable manna." Under the merciless sun, a makeshift camp struggles to survive, its inhabitants weary and worn. A silent, deadly invasion begins as venomous snakes slither into the camp, their scales gleaming ominously. Panic explodes as the first screams pierce the air, signaling the horrifying realization of the danger. Desperate figures scramble to escape the onslaught, their faces contorted with terror. The camp descends into chaos as the venomous strikes find their mark, bodies collapsing in agony. A sense of impending doom hangs heavy as the survivors realize the deadly power of the invading snakes. In a sprawling, dusty camp, a multitude of faces are etched with deep remorse and regret. A profound silence falls as the air crackles with divine energy, heralding an imminent revelation. God's voice resonates across the camp, a booming command that reverberates through every soul. "Make a bronze serpent and lift it up." His words carry the weight of salvation, offering a glimmer of hope amidst despair. Anyone who is bitten can look at it and live. Under the merciless sun, dust devils swirl across the desolate camp. Heat shimmers off the parched earth, blurring the horizon. Mounted high on a weathered pole, a bronze serpent glints, its metallic scales catching the harsh light. Faces etched with pain and terror turn towards the bronze figure, a desperate plea in their eyes. Some crawl on their hands and knees, their bodies weakened by suffering. Others are helped along, hope flickering like a fragile flame as they gaze upon the serpent. Under the relentless sun, a vast plain unfolds, the horizon shimmering with heat. Israelites wander aimlessly, their faces reflecting deep discontent. Moabite women appear, their vibrant attire a stark contrast to the Israelites' somber mood. Conversations spark between the two groups, an undercurrent of temptation weaving through the air. The mingling deepens, a dangerous energy growing as some Israelites yield to the allure. Idol worship begins, a descent into forbidden practices under the watchful gaze of the Sunday. Under the relentless glare of the sun, Shittim is a canvas of despair, as God's wrath descends like a hammer. An invisible wave of plague sweeps through the land, leaving a trail of suffering in its wake. The air grows heavy with the weight of despair, as unseen forces reshape the destiny of Shittim. Each breath becomes a gamble, the unseen plague a constant lurking threat. The once vibrant city now echoes with silence, save for the moans of the afflicted and the whispers of fear. Shittim crumbles under the divine assault, its golden promise tarnished by the plague's merciless hand. Under the harsh sun of Shittim, Phinehas rises, his face a stern mask of righteous fury. A fierce resolve hardens his features as he prepares to act. His movements are swift and decisive, a man driven by divine purpose. Each step he takes is imbued with the weight of judgment. The air crackles with the tension of impending action. He brings a swift end to the divine judgment, his actions echoing with finality. Under the relentless desert sun, time stretches into years, marked only by the shifting sands. The Israelites, a multitude, trudge onward, their faces etched with the harsh realities of their wandering. Tattered tents dot the horizon, fragile havens against the unforgiving elements. Empty waterskins are raised in desperation, reflecting the daily trials of survival. Their eyes, though weary, still hold a flicker of hope, fueled by unwavering faith. Whispers of doubt mingle with fervent prayers as they navigate the endless, daunting landscape. Under the vast desert night, campfires blaze, casting long, dancing shadows that flicker across the endless sand. Elders gather in circles around the fires, their faces a roadmap of wisdom and the harsh lessons of time. Their voices rise and fall like the desert wind, weaving tales of divine miracles under the starlit sky. The ageless stories speak of humanity's frailties and follies, echoing in the silent expanse of the desert. Under a merciless sun, an endless desert unfolds, its dunes stretching to the horizon. Amidst the skeletal remains of forgotten vehicles, children play, their bright eyes and weathered faces telling tales of resilience. Their laughter echoes through the arid air, a testament to their unbroken spirits in a world defined by sand and hardship. They listen to whispered stories of a world of green and water, tales of a past they can scarcely imagine, their eyes reflecting the desert's harsh beauty. Beneath a merciless sun, figures trudge through an endless desert, each step a battle against despair. Faces, etched with exhaustion, tell tales of dwindling hope and unwavering faith. The vast, unforgiving landscape stretches to the horizon, a canvas of isolation and spiritual trial. Each grain of sand is a testament to their struggle, their reliance on a higher power the only solace. Heat shimmers above the dunes, blurring the line between reality and mirage as they press onward. In this crucible of faith, every hardship is a lesson, every step a prayer. Under the radiant sun, small groups gather in disparate locales, their faces etched with the trials of daily life. Each setting is bathed in sunlight, yet shadowed by the unspoken challenges that weigh heavily on the individuals within. A silent contemplation of faith unfolds, each person battling personal doubts amidst the warmth of the day. The sun's rays highlight the subtle nuances of their struggles, mirroring a broader human experience of testing faith. In quiet corners, the fight against despair plays out, as each soul navigates their unique path under the watchful Sunday. The universality of their trials becomes apparent, a shared human story unfolding in sun-drenched scenes of quiet resilience. Under the vast, indifferent cloak of night, solitary figures begin their wanderings through desolate landscapes. Some kneel, heads bowed in silent prayer, their faces illuminated by the faintest starlight, etched with doubt. Others stand transfixed, staring at the star-strewn sky, their eyes questioning the silent, distant heavens. Each soul wrestles with the weight of faith, a silent battle fought under the uncaring gaze of the cosmos. Uncertainty hangs heavy in the night air, an unspoken question echoing in the stillness. Each individual searches for answers, grappling with the elusive nature of divine purpose in the darkness. Under the relentless desert sun, two figures emerge, their silhouettes stark against the blazing horizon. Joshua and Caleb advance, their every step echoing with determination. They stand firm, unwavering faith etched into their faces. Courage radiates from them, a beacon in the desolate expanse. The harsh sunlight accentuates their resolve, highlighting the strength within. Their figures command the landscape, a testament to their unyielding spirit. The flowing Jordan River reflects the hopeful faces of a multitude gathered on its banks. Across the waters, the promised land shimmers under the golden light of the sun, a beacon of hope long yearned for. A palpable sense of anticipation electrifies the crowd, their eyes fixed on the distant shore. Generations of dreams and longings converge in this singular moment, heavy with historical weight. The air crackles with unspoken prayers and silent promises, a collective breath held in time. Each face tells a story of perseverance and faith, a testament to the enduring power of hope. Joshua stands resolute at the churning Jordan River, his weathered face a testament to trials overcome. He raises his hands towards the heavens, his powerful voice echoing across the sun-drenched expanse. Remember the trials, remember the Exodus, remember the covenant, Joshua proclaims, his words resonating with the assembled Israelites. Faces etched with hope and apprehension turn towards Joshua, seeking reassurance in his unwavering faith. Trust in God, for he is our shield and our guide. He will lead us to the promised land, Joshua declares, his voice filled with conviction. Under the relentless sun, they gather at the river's edge, ready to face the crossing. The Jordan River reflects the harsh sunlight, mirroring the stark challenges they are about to confront. Each face is etched with the trials of the desert, a silent testament to their endurance and transformation. A profound, unspoken understanding flows between them, binding them together as they prepare to step into the unknown. Under the vast sky, the Ark of the Covenant emerges, radiant and awe-inspiring as it leads the procession. The waters of the Jordan River begin to ripple, sensing the divine presence drawing near. A powerful churning begins as the river anticipates the Ark's approach, the energy palpable in the air. In a moment of divine awe, the waters part in reverence, creating a pathway for the Ark's sacred journey. Before them unfolds the Promised Land, a mesmerizing tapestry of unparalleled fertility and abundance. Lush greenery blankets the rolling hills, a vibrant carpet promising new beginnings and endless possibilities. Fruit-laden trees sway gently in the caressing breeze, their branches heavy with the promise of sustenance. Rivers of crystal-clear water wind through the landscape, reflecting the boundless hope in the air. The air is thick with the sweet scent of blossoms and ripe fruit, a symphony of nature's bounty. Under the radiant sun, a sea of faces, etched with hope and resolve, converges at the banks of the Jordan River. The flowing waters reflect the light, beckoning the multitude forward with promises of renewal. Each step into the river is a bold declaration, a physical manifestation of their unwavering faith. They wade deeper, united by the shared anticipation of claiming their divine inheritance. Under the radiant sun, the Promised Land unfolds a boundless expanse, teeming with vibrant life and untold potential. The Israelites arrive, their weary bodies carrying the weight of trials, their faces reflecting a profound mix of awe and heartfelt gratitude. Each step forward is a testament to resilience, their spirits soaring with newfound hope as they enter the land of divine promise. This sacred moment, etched in history, shines as a beacon of unwavering faith, illuminating the path through the shadows of past failures.